task was how to create something different. There are good designs everywhere, there are good cars everywhere. The world does not need another premium luxury brand. So how do we do something which has a reason to be there? So you were talking about you know, Korean luxury, and the main thing that differentiates ourselves is what I discovered when I was in Korea is service is so well integrated in the culture in Korea. There is no such thing as a bad service. It doesn't happen. It doesn't exist, and which makes it perfect. It's the perfect environment to create a luxury brand, because a luxury brand, apart from perfect execution, perfect refinement, it's all about perfect service. So when we, and also it's about the rewarding experience. Obviously, if we talk about Lamborghini and other toys I had the chance to play with before, it's not luxury, but it's the challenging luxury. It's the product, the brand that always wants to measure to you to see if you're good enough for the product. We are a complete different experience. It's all about rewarding you. It's about in all the senses. So it's not about designing a great product, because again, there are talented designs all over the place. It's about creating a product and the experiences that go with the product, that support this product. And that is what I discovered, a culture of refinement, and we'll go deeper in that, a culture of exquisite sense of aesthetics. You never see a Korean badly dressed. It doesn't exist. My designers are incredibly talented at creating, orchestrating great sculptures and forms. So it's all about coaching them for the right products. So, and this is why, this is how it all started. So it was creating something unique with the DNA, the design DNA. We will go deeper in that, but also making sure that we transport the best of the Korean culture into our products and my brand.
But that leads me into this recent addition, which is the role of Chief Brand Officer on top of the role of Chief Creative Officer. So tell me a little bit about the significance of that to you and why that's important.
Yeah, it's a bit of a, those letters are always started as a CDO, then became CCO, and now CBO. Actually, it all makes sense, because when you create a luxury brand, there is no such thing as a product that you design as a stylist and you just invent something because it's cool, because it's great, because it's new. It has to be in line with the brand. And this is why we decided that design is brand, brand is design. And this is, you will see as well, the face of our cars is not just something that we designed just because it was fashionable, because we had a great idea. It's simply the morphing of the logo on the car. It's the crest grille is coming from the crest of the logo, as you've seen in the film of the JX, and the quad lights, that original two-line symbol that we have is actually simply the feathers of the wings. So it's pure brand, nothing else. This is why we said let's make sure that it's all in the same hands, and the design is serving the brand and the brand is supporting the design. So we have a holistic approach. Nothing gets out of line. It's not about creating stylistic masterpiece that will be fashionable and then will be after old. We really want to make sure that everything we do is in the brand.
But specifically then, there are certain attributes that make up a Genesis product. So talk to me a little bit about the USP of the Genesis brand.
So,
from a design perspective.
Should we start maybe with the film of the GV80, maybe just as a you know?
That's a good one to watch. So let's watch the GV80 film.
as well in our design studio close to Seoul. It's the best design studio I've ever worked for after 30 years of career. It's about 40,000 square meters. And it's just a perfect stage to design the right products. But as you see, it's about an exercise in reduction, in orchestrating the right elements, not too many, just a few ones. And it's about also transporting this sense of aesthetic, as I mentioned before. We are a non-aggressive country in Korea. We are a non-arrogant country. Different than other Asian cultures, and this had to be seen in the cars. The cars are not aggressive. They have a certain status, but they will never be aggressive because they reflect the culture. You saw some images of pottery. You saw some, and there's a huge amount of craftsmanship, and there's a high sense of what we call the beauty of the white space in Korea. Korean art is much different than all Asian arts. You have a design element in art which is not fighting with other design elements. It's basically normal. This is what we say. There's a design element on a white page, and other countries will fill all the other cultures will fill all the white pieces of the support you're working on with a lot of design elements. They will be all fighting again. And this is what we actually brought into the design of our cars. So we have decided, as we are non-aggressive, we don't do wedge design. Wedge design is, it's about racer kind of thing. We are more like a riverboat on a lake. It's anti-wedge. It's the classical element of design. We are serene. We are self-confident. We don't have to go like this. We go like this. This is the parabolic line, the tension line, which has this incredible tension from the very front to the very rear. You will find it in all our cars. So that's one of the first elements. Then we have the grille with the quad lights. But most important thing is the proportions of the car. We have probably one of the best architectures. And when I work with my designers, it's always the same thing, is that I always tell them, don't start with the makeup before we get the right proportions. Every work on the wrong proportion is actually time wasted. So we fight a lot to get the right proportions, and only when we have them, we start basically orchestrating the lines and the volumes and design elements. And to go back to we have basically a few design elements. Is the parabolic line, the quad lights, the crest grille. We have obviously the quad lights originated what we, the two lines that we as a designer tend to use to simplify everything, because we sketch fast, and then suddenly the lines were all over the paper, and we said, well, yeah, let's have the design orchestrated by the two lines. So only those little design elements, because it's like a good recipe. The best ingredients, you need a few ones, and you need the perfect orchestration. That's it, and you can have a perfect dish. This is what we want to achieve with Genesis.